Hello everyone and welcome to another Maths tutorial video. Now I'll be discussing Form 4 Additional Mathematics Chapter 6 Coordinate Geometry Long Question Example 1. Before that, if you are new to this video or to my channel, consider yourself subscribing to the channel and hit the bell icon as I'll be discussing more mathematics tutorial videos in the future. Alright guys, without further delay, let's jump to the question now. Okay, as you are looking right now is the example 1, chapter 6 coordinate geometry, long question. So let's read the question together. The diagram shows a triangle ABC that has an area of 18 square units. The equation of the straight line CB is y minus x minus 1 is equals to 0. Point D lies on the x-axis and divides the straight line CB in the ratio m is to n. So if you can't see clearly, so this is your point D. As you can see here, coordinate A, coordinate B, coordinate C are enclosed in the closed triangle. So coordinate A with the coordinate -2, 5, B with PQ, and C with -3, -2. Okay, let's continue to read the question. If the coordinate of point B is PQ, find the value of P and of Q and the ratio MN. Alright guys, I hope you will attempt this question in the future. If you could manage to solve this question, well done guys. But if you can't solve this question, no worries. I'm going to show you the step-by-step working and the solutions now. Okay, without further delay, let's go for the solution now. Alright guys, when you look at the question over here, the moment when you see there is a 2 unknown, please don't get panic guys. My advice to you. Try to look any information which can you use to relate the P and Q, and then you need to form two equations. Because you need to remember guys, whenever you see two unknowns, you must remember that you need to form a two equation and then you need to solve them. So in this case, you can see that the question is in the concept of area of a polygon. So you need to relate somehow using the area of polygon formula to find the, to compare the P and Q value. Alright guys, so this is the simple tips I'm going to tell you. Whenever you see two unknown, that means you need to solve two equations guys. Okay, let's jump to the solution now. So based on what I explained just now, so the first step is we are going to use the area of polygon formula to compare the P and Q value. Okay, let us proceed to this step by step working. Okay, as you can see here, I started to fill up all the area of triangle formula. I literally start from the B, coordinate B, and then coordinate A. This is coordinate C, and then you need to finish it with the coordinate B. Remember guys, in which coordinate you start, and you need to, if let's say you start with the coordinate B, so you need to end with the coordinate B as well. Otherwise, you'll get a wrong answer. If let's say you start from A, if let's say you start to fill up from A, B, and C in a clockwise direction, so you need to end it with the A itself. So in this case, I started up with the B guys. So if you start with the B, so you need to end with the B as well. So which coordinate you want to start, it's up to you guys. There is no specific coordinate which you need to start to. So this arrow indicates that you need to group them. So P times -2, so you get -2P. -3 times 5, you get -15. -2 plus Q, you get -2Q. So these three values, you need to plus them and need to group them aside. And then you minus with the up arrows. You minus with the up arrows, which is -3Q plus -2 times -2, which you get is +4. And then plus 5P. Okay, if you don't get me, this is the explanation which I meant. Okay, the down arrow all, you group them and then you minus with the up arrow, the product of the up arrow, like -3Q plus 4 plus 5P is equals to 18. Okay, I repeat again, -2P plus -15 plus -2 minus with -3Q plus 4 plus 5P is equals to 18. Don't forget to put the 1/2, and it's a modulus sign over here guys. So remember, we are dealing with the area, so area must be a scalar value. The reason why they put a modulus value is sometimes your coordinate can be in a negative region and can result in a negative value. So for that, you have to add a modulus over here so that your area value will turn into a positive value. Okay, let us continue. So from here you get negative 2p minus 15 minus 2q, and then minus with negative 3q plus 4 plus 5p close bracket and a close modulus equals to 18. Alright guys, I'm going to show you the remaining working in the next page. So please hold on for a moment. Okay, we have rewrite the same step over here. 1 over 2 in the bracket 2p minus 15 minus 2q minus with bracket 3q minus bracket minus 3q plus 4 plus 5p close bracket close modulus equals to 18. Okay, so from here what you're going to do is we're going to times in the negative value, guys. So proceed to the next step. So from here you get 1 over 2 modulus, so you already group into a one single expression over here. So negative 2p minus 15 minus 2q plus 3q minus 4 minus 5p close modulus equals to 18. So now we can group the variables respectively. We can start to group maybe the we start to group the q first, since the q will give you a positive value. So 3q minus 2q you get is positive q value. So negative 5p minus 2p you get is negative 7p, and then negative 15 minus 4 you get this negative 19 with a close modulus, guys. Okay, proceed to the next step. So from here what we do, we times the whole equation by 2, so to eliminate the fraction over here. So from here you get q minus 7p minus 19 close modulus equals to 36. Okay, we are very close to form our very first equation. So since this is a modulus, so what we're going to do is we're going to bring it to the right hand side. So when you bring it to the right hand side, so q minus 7 minus 19 will be equals to plus minus 36. So this will be your first equation, guys. So please take a note over here. Why there's a plus and minus? So your answer inside here can be a positive value or negative value. If it's a negative value, it will be automatically convert into a positive value. That's why you have a plus minus 36 over here. Alright guys, what we're going to do, we already formed the first equation over here. Later on, once we form our second equation, we're going to use a trial and error method to find out which answer gives us the correct answer. Which equation gives us the correct answer. So for now, we leave it the equation 1 in aside. So let us proceed to the equation 2. So for the step 2 is we're going to compare the PQ with the straight line equation CB. Okay guys, let us continue. So since you know that the point B is connected with the area of polygon and then the equation CB, so we can relate them. So y minus x minus 1 equals to 0. So we convert it in terms of, y in terms of x. So from here you get y is equals to x plus 1. What we're going to do now is we're going to substitute the PQ coordinate into equation CB. P is the x coordinate and Q is the y coordinate. You're going to substitute into this equation. So from here what we get is Q is equals to P plus 1. And then from here Q minus P is equals to 1. So this will be your second equation, guys. So as you can see here, we have already formed a simultaneous equation. As I said in the question earlier, guys, 2 equation, 2 unknown. When you have 2 equation, that means you can definitely solve this question. Okay, proceed to the next step. So step 3, once you have the enough equation, so now we can proceed to calculate the P and Q. So how are you going to do that? We're going to use the elimination method. But remember guys, as I said, for the equation 1, we need to do 2 equation because there is a plus and minus over here. So we need to start with the positive value. So assuming that positive value will give a right answer or may not give us the right answer. But we're going to use the trial and error method here to check whether the positive 36 will give us a right answer or not. Okay, so we're going to start with positive 36. From here you see Q minus 7P minus 19 is equals to 36. So we're going to bring negative 19 to the right hand side, which you'll get Q minus 7P is equals to 45. So this will be your third equation, guys. So proceed to the next step, and then you will have q minus p is equals to 1. So this will be your second equation that I've mentioned in the question earlier. So what we're going to do now is we're going to apply the elimination method, guys. So elimination method, so now what we can do is we can eliminate the q value, the q variable. So q variable we can eliminate using the minus. So equation 3 minus with equation 2, guys, over here. So q is eliminated, so negative 7p minus with negative 6, negative 7p minus with p. So from here you get negative 6p, 45 minus 1 you get is 44. Okay, so negative 6p is equals to 44, so you get your p is equals to negative 22 over 3. Unfortunately, guys, p is not equals to 22 over 3. You know what is the reason? So since your x coordinate for b is in the positive value, okay, I hope you recall back. So have a look at your positive b coordinate here. This is in the positive region, guys. B is in the positive coordinate, x coordinate. So your p cannot be equals to negative 22 over 3. So from here, we can know our assumption. The positive 36 actually is wrong, guys. So we need to check to the negative 36 value, and then we will try to check again that whether the negative 36 will give us the right answer or not. So positive 36 is considered wrong. So therefore your p cannot be equals to negative 22 over 3, guys. So now proceed to the second possibilities, which is negative 36. So q minus 7p minus 19 is equals to negative 36. So what you can do here is you can bring the negative 19 to the right hand side, it will become positive 19. So it will become negative 17. So this will be your fourth equation. So q minus 7p equals to negative 17. And you still use the same equation. The second equation here is q minus p is equals to 1. So 7p minus with negative p. So from here to eliminate the q variable, guys, using an elimination method. So negative 7p minus with negative p, and then equals to negative 17 minus with 1. So when you compare here, you get 6p equals to negative 18. Therefore, you get your p value is equals to 3. So you get your first value is p. So once you get your first value, now you can substitute in the any equation, guys. So from here, I substitute into the q equals to p plus 1 equation. So when p is equals to 3, q equals to p plus 1. So in case, since your p is 3, so 3 plus 1. So therefore, you get your q value is 4. So therefore, we have already find our 3 and 4 here, where your p is equals to 3 and q is equals to 4, guys. Okay, we have already solved question A. Let us proceed to the question B now. So please hold on for a moment. Okay, the question asks to find the ratio of m and n. So the step 1 we need to do is we need to find the coordinate d in the question, guys. So coordinate d is in the straight line equation CB, if you notice in the question. So straight line equation CB is y equals to x plus 1. So if you notice in the question that coordinate d is actually a x-intercept. So x-intercept value can be obtained when your y value is 0. So we're going to substitute our y is equals to 0. So when y is equals to 0, you'll get your x equals to negative 1. So therefore, you get your coordinate d is equals to negative 1 and 0, guys. Okay, proceed to the next step. So once you've already find the coordinate d, now it's easy for us to find the ratio m is to n. So this m is to n, we need to use the line segment formula, guys. Usually a line segment formula, how the question they will ask is, they will give us the ratio, they will give us the two endpoints, and we need to find the middle point or the coordinate that separates the segment respectively. But in this case, they gave us all the three coordinates, but we need to find the ratio in this case. Okay, no worries, we can solve this question. So I have drawn the diagram for you. So in order for you to see the the question clearly. So this is your coordinate C, this is your coordinate D, and this is your coordinate B. So we have already split the CD and DB into ratio M and N respectively, guys. Okay, now we're going to apply the line of segment formula. Guys, by the way, if you not remember the line of segment formula, you can always refer back to the line of segment formula and then try to attempt this question. So what you're going to do is, so the C coordinate of the C coordinate of X, we're going to times with the opposite the ratio. So -3 times with N plus with, so 3, the B coordinate of the X coordinate. So you times with the opposite ratio, which is M, and then you divide with M plus N equals to -1, guys. So this is the comparison for X coordinate. So let us proceed with the Y coordinate. So -2 times with the opposite ratio. What is our opposite ratio? Our opposite ratio is N. So -2 times N plus 4 times with the opposite ratio, which is M, equals to, divide by M plus N equals to 0. Okay, I repeat here, -3 in the bracket N plus 3M divided by M plus N equals to 1, comma, -2 times N plus 4M divided by M plus N equals to 0. We are using the coordinate D as the segment coordinate here, guys. Okay, proceed to the next step. -3N plus 3M is equals to -M minus N. We are comparing in terms of the X coordinate over here. So when you calculate, you get -2N plus 4M is equals to 0. So this is your first coordinate. Proceed to the next step. So we are now calculating the Y side. -2N plus 4M is equals to 0. If you notice here, your equation 1 and equation 2 are exactly the same. So if you are exactly the same, what you can do is, so we are not going to use simultaneous equation here, guys. We are going to use either one of the equation to calculate the M and N ratio, because both of the equation are the same over here. So since equation 1 is equals to equation 2, so what you're going to use is this, 4M is actually equals to 2N. And then we divide the whole equation by 2, you get is 2M is equals to 2. And then from here you get your ratio M is to divide by N equals to 1 over 2. And therefore you get your ratio M is to N is equals to 1 is to 2. For those of you who don't get this formula, I've written the step over here, guys. So for first, what we do is we times the whole equation by 1 over N, so such that the 2M over N is equals to 1. And then we times the whole equation by 1 over 2, such that you form a fraction of M over N equals to 1 over 2. Because we need to form a fraction, then only we can straight away form our ratio over here, guys. So in this case, the M is to N is ratio in 1 is to 2. So that is your final answer, guys. Alright guys, that is all for my discussion and solution for this question. Any questions or feedback, feel free to put down in the comment section below. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon as well. Thank you everyone for your support, and I will see you in the next video.